Welcome back into the studio.
Hey, good seeing you too, sir.
Absolutely. Let's chat about the figure eight. That is the big thing coming up in the Mason County area. That is it Thursday?
Thursday night, yep.
Okay, so we'll chat about that because we don't want people necessarily to be confused about, because I am sometimes confused about figure eight, demolition derby. What else is there out there?
We're doing the barrel racing too, and we're doing the fire department versus the law enforcement in the town.
Okay.
In a showdown in barrel racing, and I might even make them do a little figure eight.
That's cool. All right, so looking forward to that. It is, and you've got other shows taking place too around the area too. You're going to be up in Traverse City. We're going to be talking about in the next couple of minutes. You're going to be over in the Big Rapids area. For our Heart Country Hits listeners that listen in the Big Rapids area, you want to keep track of that. And then
Manistee next week.
Oh my gosh. What, can you actually handle all of this over the next couple weeks?
Yeah, we just did 5 shows in 3 days. So
I know it.
I got 2 crews. I got 2 great crews.
Yeah.
Thanks to them and Trish, and Sabrina Moore, the 2 organizers, Trish and Sabrina. Mm-hmm. I don't know where all us guys would be without them girls. And we had Ward's wife, Crystal, do some counting yesterday. She can't do much, so she has to sit in a chair because her feet are messed up. So she just comes and supervises and makes sure, things are going right for us when I'm not around or Trish ain't around.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to this week. Let's break it down. Let's start with the Western Michigan Fair in Mason County. That's on the horizon for this Thursday. What time are you talking about? And then are you still taking some cars too if somebody wants to?
We don't have the pre-entry much anymore unless it's a big championship race or something.
Okay.
Or the spring war zone one. They show up, as long as they're there an hour before showtime and got checked in and all that, they're okay. But it's, sometimes they'll call and say, hey, I'm about 15 minutes late from check-in time. Am I going to be okay? Mm-hmm. If it's a racer, 9 times out of 10, we're going to be okay with it. And it's a derby, we're 9 times going to be with it. As long as you're communicating with us. That's what the world's about, communication.
You got it.
And during the week, it's tough. We got a lot of working guys out there and gals that are racing, and they bring their whole families to them weekday shows because we got the youth race and the powder puff, and so it's tough during the week, but the weekends are, oh man.
All right, so looking forward to this Thursday. Again, let's break things down for Thursday times. When is each event roughly? What does Thursday look like?
Thursday we'll start out with the barrel racing. More than likely, it'll fit in right with the law enforcement and the fire department competing with each other. Then we'll go into the figure eight. Right, it's a stock figure eight. We don't get a lot of big cars over in this area for racing, so it'll probably be more of a small car figure eight, which they've been putting on some pretty good shows lately. Yeah. They're out there in $400 or $500 cars just beating up on each other, and it's pretty neat to watch them. There's no mercy,
Yeah. I was talking about this earlier this morning in regards to eventually getting into a car and being out there. But how safe is it? I mean, and I know we've chatted a little bit about this in the past, but when somebody's coming hard at you on the side and the back and so on and so forth, or can they hit in any area of the vehicle?
Any area but the driver's door.
Okay.
Don't get me wrong. Driver's doors do happen. Mm-hmm. But we know if it's intentional or not.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
If they're going for a driver's door 9 times out of 10, they got their hands in the air and their feet on the brakes, with their hands in the air.
Okay.
Especially in a figure eight. They're crisscrossing in an area, and that's the takeout zone, where you try to hit them in the back wheel. And when a guy's going for somebody's back wheel, sometimes the guy that's going to get hit will stop and try to use his driver's door to slow that guy down or stop him. Yeah. Or if the guy does hit him, the driver that stopped says, maybe he'll get black flagged. Mm-hmm. But it just depends on the situation.
How many, in a night like Thursday night, how many do get black flagged? How many do you take out of the arena from time to time? Does it happen every show or not? Okay. No. So just
it comes close.
Okay, that's funny.
Depends on the mood award that night.
Yeah,
he's flagging. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's sometimes close, but we hate the black flag people. They're all there. They spend money to be there. They want to race,
Yeah.
That's why we do the round robin in the racing, because it's a consolation for every heat, so you get a second chance. You got a chance to race 3 times that night, you make it to the winner's heat.
And these guys and gals are always looking for cars. I see you posting all the time, hey, this is for sale, that is for sale.
Yep.
I don't know if there's an average, but I'll just throw the question out there anyway. Somebody has a car this Thursday night. Is that kind of a one and done in most cases, or are they reusing that vehicle for the next shows and so on and so forth?
They are reusing them in the racing part, yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes in the derbies, I've even done myself back in the day. I've ran my car a couple, 3, 4 times,
Right.
depending on the car, depending on the show I run in.
And when is it this thing is dead, it's gone, we got to get rid of it? I would assume, because when you get hit by another car, sometimes the frame is bent and so on and so forth. But in a derby like this, you don't really care, right?
You do.
Okay.
But a lot of guys, you would be so, if you came to one of my huge shows, like on the weekends, like out of town, when we got the big car racers, the big car demolition derbies, some of the manufacturing these guys are doing to these cars are just unreal. My boys do it, I do it. We got the cars too, but the race cars, the big modified race bump and run and figure 8 cars, they're $30,000 cars.
No way.
It's crazy.
Holy cow! Wow.
Even with a derby car, you can have a lot of money into the drivetrain, but you get to use it all the time.
So these guys are after the show. They're like, okay, got to get the sledgehammer out and stuff like that.
And the stock. That's why I like the stock class. The stock class is more of a county fair show. That way, that guy that's like my age at 55, he wants to run a derby one more time in his life, but he doesn't want to spend all that money. He can go buy a small front wheel drive or a minivan or something and go figure 8 or bump and run, or run it in the derby and be done with it for one night. $400, you go buy a junker, and then you can junk it and get your money back.
Yeah.
That's the way it used to be in the olden days, and that's why I like to keep the stock thing rolling. Do I love the big V8s and all that? Oh, God, yes. But the car count at a county fair is supposed to be about the county fair. And you want your locals involved. You want them all involved. We love the big cars. But the county fairs, you got to have a car count for a show.
Okay.
So the small cars are an old promoter, Sonny Hall, that's what he said. The world's coming, the times are changing, and the small cars are going to take over. And
we're not talking about like a smart car or anything like that.
No, a small car.
Yeah, I know. No, but that would
like
be
a
great.
Lumina, Grand Prix, Cavaliers.
A derby with smart cars, and no, don't do that. That would be insane. Let's talk about the behind the scenes. What does it take to put on Thursday night's event? You've got your fire departments that are there. You've got volunteers. What's the behind the scenes look like?
Behind the scenes is a lot of volunteers and a really good fair board. I've got a lot of really good fair boards. And it's all about teamwork with my fair boards and the fire department and the towing companies and the skidster drivers and the preparation of the track. It's all communication and teamwork, and that's what makes the end of the day good. These firemen are out there. They're 99% of them are volunteer firemen. So you got to give them prompts. The tow truck companies are out there not doing their job, making money to help their county fairs. And the rental places will donate a skidster, or a construction company will donate skidsters and loaders. And it's like I said, it's all about teamwork. Our county fairs are a nonprofit, and I hear a lot, all them county fairs are making too much money. Well, they have bills too. And that's, if my county fair is not making money, they can't afford to have us there.
That's right.
Event there every night. They fail. Sometimes if they have to pay somebody to be there and they get rained out, they still got to give that promoter or monster truck company money. So if our fair boards aren't making money, we're not going to have a fair.
That's right. Yeah.
So if you have a small business and you love the stuff, help them out. Give them a sponsor. And that's what it's all about, teamwork.
And it's good to see the sponsor banners down the drive there at the Mason County Fairgrounds. But you're right, Western Michigan Fair, they do an amazing job there, and we're looking for. I mean, fair kicks off tomorrow, goes through the weekend, and yours is just one of the activities.
Yep.
But looks like the weather is going to be pretty good this week, and so we want to make sure people come out. They pack the grandstand stands when we see the figure eight and the demolition derbies and such. But when should people get there? What time are you starting? And
my pits will open up at 3:30 on Thursday.
All right.
They usually, the couple cars will roll in, but after 5 o'clock is when they start rolling in. I'm shooting something out there. If there's 40 plus small figure eight cars, I'm going to pay $1,500 to win.
Oh, that's great. All right. Looking forward to that.
Remember that, guys. 40 small figure eight cars.
Okay.
I'll pay $1,500 to win.
Any idea how many you had like last year or the previous
We
years?
had a total of 41 cars total last year. For Thursday night, that's good.
Okay. All right.
You know, that's great. My average show on a Saturday with racing and derbying together, like Standish last week, we had 107 cars at their county fair.
Wow, that's incredible.
You know, and then we were down in Kendallville, Indiana, just demolition derby cars. No bump and run, no figure eight. We had 97 demolition derby cars.
Okay.
Sold out grandstands at both places. Most of our places on Saturdays get sold out in the grandstands.
All right. For the listeners, if they aren't familiar with the figure eight as part of this, what happens during that time?
Figure eight is a race. First one done in the heat with 10 laps goes to the feature.
And are they being hit during that time too?
Oh, they can be hit.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
They all try to be clean with each other, and it's funny because I've been through it all my life too. Hey man, we're running together, right? We'll take first and second. Oh, you get it this time, I'll get it next time. But when they're both neck and neck, it's not about them. It's about you.
No.
It's about staying clear of each other. Most of it, you know, it's a game. You know, it's a mental game. You know, with each other, the drivers, and you know that's what I tell the drivers. You guys go out on that track. You get out shaking hands.
Okay, that's good.
Sportsmanship. We're in front of fans. We've got children there. We want to show them sportsmanship.
And you've got the police and fire department. They're going to be dressing up some vehicles and and doing that. We saw that last year. Who won last year? I think
Derek Wilson won last year.
Okay, that's right. Yep, absolutely. And they put their lights on and the red and blues and so on and so forth. And that's a cool event. Why do you do that, if you don't mind me asking? Just have them out there.
Well, like I said, the fire department, they're volunteers out there, and look what the fire department and the police department.
And we'll get you closer to that microphone if we could.
Look what the fire department and the police department do, and the sheriff department, the state police, look what they do for our communities. They take care of us. They try to make us safe, and that's what it's all about. Safety.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know,
and for them to have a little fun isn't a bad
they
thing.
deserve that because they come out and stand and watch us, and they go, And if they're not racing, some of them we do for an intermission. We'll do a dance off between them. Sherman will play some music and have the fire department out there having a dance off with some kids or something. It's all about everybody, you know.
That's cool. All right, Todd Sorensen joining us this morning. This weekend, you are let's see, Saturday you're in Traverse City, right?
Traverse City. No, Friday I'm in Traverse City.
Okay, Friday Traverse City,
Friday,
Saturday
I'm
in Big
Traverse
Rapids.
City.
Okay.
Also, I'm in Big Rapids Saturday and Iron River, way up in Iron River. And then tomorrow night I'm in Jackson. But our mid-season championships in Big Rapids Saturday for bump and run and demolition derby.
All right.
Big Rapids, that's going to be a nice show. That's another festival that is put on by a guy. He rented the facilities and he's doing a first responder festival.
Oh, cool.
Again. To represent our first responders that are always there for us for safety.
That's cool.
And then on Friday night we're in Traverse City for a big bump and run. We had a good show last night there, and then Friday night's usually their huge night, so that'll be big. And Thursday night, I'm excited about Ludington.
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And so if somebody is interested in listening to this segment, they're like, hey, I wasn't planning on entering, but hey, I'll do this, especially if $1,500 is on the line. What do they do?
With 40 plus cars.
With 40 plus cars, yep. What do? They just show up, or do you want them to call?
Show up if they want to call me and make sure their cars are equipped, they just call me at my phone number on our website,
Okay.
TNTDemoDerby.com,
Okay.
or you can go to TNT Demolition Derby on Facebook, or Todd Sorensen and message me or the Facebook page,
Okay.
and you'll get an answer right back. You know.
All right. Hey, you grew up here in the Ludington area. What's your favorite part of the fair? What sparks your interest over the years?
The Demolition Derby.
Okay, other than the Demolition Derby.
When I was younger, it was the bumper cars. Of course, the elephant ears.
Okay, that's good.
I got a driver and his son and his daughter that always run for us, and he'll call me up and say, "Hey, is there a carnival?" I'm like, "Yeah." Mm-hmm. Do they have an elephant ears there? Oh, Mark Zing Sr. from Kalkaska. He'll say, he'll shoot me a message. Is there a carnival? He wants to make sure there's elephant ears
Absolutely.
there. So, the good hot dogs, always good pizza. I always like getting a lemonade.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
The
for sure.
fresh squeezed lemonade.
All right. Lots of activities as well, and for the listeners and viewers, we're going to make sure that you're up to date on those events and happenings each day this week. Just keep it tuned here. We're going to tell you that day's and the next day's events, including the figure eight and Powder Puff. You said was this Thursday too.
We have Powder Puff and Youth on Thursday also.
All right, sounds good. Just
and
show
I'll
it.
come in next week and we'll talk about Manistee and then Oceana County Fair too.
All right, sounds good. All right, Todd, we appreciate you coming in.
See you, folks. God bless y'all.
Absolutely. Stand by for just a moment. 9:45, 15 before the top of the hour, here on Hot Country Hits 99.9 and 102.7 WMOM. More hits on the way next. Stick around for that and more on Mom FM.
Who really wants to work outside all day in this blazing hot